Hi guys, Jon Watts here from the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me at Drayton Park Golf Club and today I'm in my swing studio and I want to give you a great exercise to make sure you're getting the right swing plane in your golf swing. So this is an exercise that works not only on the backswing but the downswing plane as well, and there's a couple of variations of it. So I like to do this with a tour stick or a bamboo cane. Tour stick's a little bit better, just a bit thinner. I've actually got my game golf tag here in the end of the club, but if you didn't have that in the end of the golf club, if it was thin enough you could push it into the end of the grip, that would be great. If not, what you're going to be doing is just putting it up the target side of the golf club. So I'm going to just incorporate it as part of my grip. Now what I've done with the setup here is I've got my golf ball down and I've just put a T-peg as a reference point and I've put it 2 feet back and around a club head's width inwards towards my toe line. Okay. With a drive you can do the same exercise, but what you're going to do is go 3 feet back and about a club and a half or so on the inside, because we actually are swinging on an arc. It's obviously not a straight up and straight down movement. So with this cane, as I said, either in the end of the grip or up the target side of the golf club, you're just going to get into your golf posture. It's a good one, and you'll have seen it from a previous video, and I'll put the link to it in this one, working on the takeaway position. It's a good exercise for that, because in that first move where the club reaches P2 here, where the club is parallel to the ground, we want the cane staying in contact with my left side, my left hip. But we're going one further with this one, so we're keeping the cane in contact with my left hip until the club is parallel to the ground, at which point my wrist should start to be cocking upwards. And what we want with the cane here is you'll be able to see that's actually pointing at that red T-peg on the ground. If I was swinging the golf club too steep, you'll see that that cane would be pointing much more towards my toe line. If I was actually getting that club working too much on the inside, which is the fault I see more than the steep swing, is generally the flat back swing. We tend to get that cane outside. So the most common amateur fault, I would say, is the club getting too much around our body on the backswing, where this cane is pointing way off towards the corner of the camera view here, and then on the downswing, a steepening the swing. So we see this change of direction, this figure of 8, where the cane on the backswing is actually pointing too flat to the side of the camera there, and then on the downswing and over the top steeper, where the cane is now pointing towards my left foot, my lead leg. So what we're trying to do, as I said, is first move, keep the cane in contact with my left hip, keep turning and allow my wrist to cock, and we'll notice that cane is pointing at that red T-peg, complete my backswing, and on the downswing again I want to point it at that red T-peg, just to check that I'm not getting that club too steep or too flat. Now, I'm a big believer in trying to over-exaggerate some of your practice. So if a fault of yours is coming over the top and a steeper downswing, you could make that same backswing for me, so the cane is pointing at that red T-peg, and on the downswing, try and get the feeling that the cane is actually pointing a little bit to the right side of the red T-peg, just outside the ball, to actually mean that club is shallowing out on the downswing. And the opposite, if you're a natural drawer of the ball, but your bad ones are blocks and hooks, and perhaps you're getting the club trapped too much on the inside, you could do the opposite. So same backswing. I don't want you to change that, but you could just try and feel like the cane was pointing just to the left side of this T-peg. So depending on your fault and your ball flight, you could tweak this drill so it suits you the best and you get the most out of it. To work on a perfect up and down backswing plane, as I said, we're just using that T-peg, which remember was 2 feet back, a club head's width in, and that's with a mid-iron. With a longer club, I would just go 3 feet back and a club and a half's width in. So we're working on a slight arc. Okay, so I'm just going to get that feeling one more time. Cane into my left hip, my lead leg. Now my wrists are cocking. By halfway back, that cane is pointing at the red T-peg. Wind up on the backswing. On the downswing, point that cane at that red T-peg again. By the time I come into impact again, that cane is pretty close to my lead hip, my left leg. You can even use this for connection on the way through, that we're not getting our arms moving too much out or too much in. We're getting that body release that we're really looking for on the way through. So it's a great exercise. Now, You could do a slight variation on that and actually hit golf balls this way. And all I would do is just put a tee peg, so I'll quickly, not well prepared here, I'll get that game golf system out. And if I just put a tee peg in the end of the grip, what you're going to do is the same exercise, but you could go ahead and hit balls here after a couple of slow movements, is point the tee peg. Okay, it's not quite as visible, maybe something a little bit brighter, pink castle tee, something along those lines. Something you could point down at the tee peg, down at the tee peg again, so you can go ahead and easily get that feeling. Right, now that I've drummed that in, I'm just going to go ahead and try and hit one using that tee peg as my reference point. That felt pretty solid. So after a couple of rehearsal movements, nice and slowly, just being aware of where that butt end of the golf club, where the grip is pointing, you could go ahead and hit a few balls before coming back to that exercise. So you're doing it technical, natural, to really try and ingrain it in. It's a great exercise to do at home, in the garden, in the house, or on the driving range or practice area. It will definitely help give you the idea of where you should be in your swing. And as I said, it can be tweaked and tailored to suit your game if you know what your particular ball flight is and where your misses are. Are you a drawer and a hooker, or are you a puller and a slicer? If you know those, you can know how to actually adjust this drill to get the most out of it for your game. I hope that exercise has helped, guys. If it has, give us the thumbs up. Do subscribe to the channel. Plenty content coming now Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 5:30. Thank you.